Hello.
Hello.
Right, we're doing a slightly different video because we haven't had any gigs to attend for a minute, and we thought this would be a fun exercise. It's proven to be quite a bit of work,
Yeah.
but we're going to do our top gigs, festivals, gig experiences,
Yeah, various different gigs we've been to.
various lists.
You've got the questions.
I've got the questions, and just to preface this, I found this photo album which has got a bunch of ticket stumps. I've got post-it notes and things.
So cool.
Yeah, we used to get physical tickets for things.
Yeah.
Nowadays you just get them all on your phone.
I threw all mine away when I went through like a minimalist stage. Got rid of loads of shit.
Yeah.
Sad. I've still got all my festival wristbands. Yeah, but that's the only thing I ever kept, my festival wristbands. But look at these download tickets. Look at these.
Oh yeah, Tiger. Oh, there goes the thing. Anyway, I don't know if it really caught that. We've been to probably about 50 gigs since we've been together. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Maybe more. We've been to loads.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, probably about 50
that's
years.
in the last
3 years or
3
so.
years, not even 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to narrow it down, but done our best.
And I I was into music when I was young, from Linkin Park and The Darkness were my gateway bands, and then I was into music and gigs as a teenager, and then when I was about 18, 19, I started, I kind of lost myself for a bit and stopped going to gigs. So I had a period of 8 years where I didn't go to gigs, and then I saw the Hollywood Vampires with The Darkness point, and then that made me
Brought me back
to life. It did, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was when I was 26, I think. So
Yeah.
that was however long ago, 8 years ago. So yeah.
Yep, and I've just never
stopped
going to gigs.
Yeah.
That's still my biggest expenditure.
Same.
Yeah, the reason why.
I live. I'm alive.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's a bit deep.
Well,
Yeah.
not far off.
No.
Anyway, so we'll get cracking, and we'll start with the first. What was your first ever gig you ever went to?
It was Yumi at 6 in 2008. And it was at the London Astoria, which doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, cool.
Which was an old theatre, the Astoria. Then it got used as a gig and concert venue. But yeah, I saw a few gigs. I think I saw Enter Shikari there later on. Elliot Minor, if anyone remembers that.
Got a ticket right here. Chimera at the Astoria.
Have you?
London might be on one of my lists.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Got another one there.
Oh, yeah.
Soulfly at the Astoria.
Yeah, see, I wish I kept all my tickets, but I just, didn't. Because I think back then you just were well...
Yeah, you think about
it. I just threw them in the bin.
I kept them for a while, and then as they started to build up, I started to put them on my wall. And then when I got to a certain age, I was like, I can't have all this crap on my wall. So I just thought I'd luckily kept hold of them. But again, this only goes from 2005 up to 2018, and there's about 60, and there's probably many other stuff I missed out.
Yeah.
But that was your first ever gig.
That was what was yours?
It was Chimera.
Yeah.
At the Twist, which we'll put some footage in here of what the Twist is now.
In Colchester. Yeah.
In Colchester. Twist is basically the size of a house. I don't know the capacity.
It looks like an old pub from the outside that's been converted, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was an old little pub. It's tiny, and that was February 2004.
That was your first ever gig?
Yeah, first proper gig. I was 16. I remember being a kid, and my mum and my parents were both into rock and metal, and got taken to some pub gigs in Clacton. I remember being at a place called the Lord Nelson, which was a little pub. I remember being there on Christmas Eve with Richard Titch, running around as a little,
really? There's a gig then.
5 and 4 years old.
Yeah, how cool.
And there was bands on. I think that was the first ever gig.
I went to Yumi at 6 with my, that was I remember going into London on the train with my my dad's girlfriend's daughter, and she was she was a year younger than me, but she was into music, and yeah, she's not into that music at all anymore, so it's a bit sad. But yeah, she kind of introduced me to U-Music, and then yeah, did like them for a bit.
Yeah.
They're not together anymore. They had a farewell tour a couple of years ago, I think. But yeah,
I think my sister and my mum were into them for a little while
Yeah.
as well.
yeah, I did like them, and then I kind of just got into heavier stuff. So yeah.
Well, we've got to start somewhere.
Well,
I started with a pretty heavy one, to be fair.
How old were you when you saw
I was
Chimera?
16.
Yeah, so I was 16.
16,
You have to be
going on
16 to go
17.
to a gig, don't you? I
You
think
can go to gigs
sure your
accompanied
parent-
by an adult.
if you're 14, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
I
think.
believe.
Yeah, but I don't. My parents, well, my dad liked Deep Purple, but not that.
All right,
So
well, that's first gig.
Yeah.
Right, so top 3 gigs. Should we start with your third?
Number 3 would probably be Green Day in 2010, just because I was a mega fan when I was a teenager, and I saw them twice actually. But this time, me and my friend queued for like 6 hours so we could get to the front, and I can't remember if we got. It was either the front row. I feel like it was. I think we were at the barrier, and then we like got shifted back a bit by the time the gig finished. But my friend lost her shoe. I was like, and we were like looking for it at the end, like on the floor, when people were looking for pics, and we found her shoe. But I cried when Billie Joe Armstrong came on stage because I was a mega fan. But yeah, so I'd say that was my third, because it was like really momentous at the time. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Number 3 was Black Dahlia Murder, who is a band I've seen 13 times to date. This was the first time I saw them though.
Yeah.
It was at Colchester Arts Centre.
Cool.
And I remember it was in December. I've got the ticket stub, but they're not on there because they weren't headlining. They were supporting Job for a Cowboy with a band called The Red Chord, and it was December, but the place was so warm and sweaty.
Oh, really?
And like there was a lot of moshing.
Yeah.
It was 2007. So it was
That was like 20 years ago nearly.
yeah,
Shit.
19 years ago.
God.
First of many times I saw the Black Dahlia Murder, and it's really hard to put down a favourite for that. They've actually, they're on my other list. So number 2.
Well, I can't really decide for number 2, so it's kind of like a bonus one because it's 2 gigs but the same band. So it's 9 Inch Nails. So the first time I saw them was at the Brixton Academy, and like it was really good because it's obviously a smaller venue, and I like that venue because the floor slopes.
Yeah.
But I was really close to the front, so I felt like I was a bit crushed, and it's not really a mosh pit. It was just like people like when it just like sways around. So like I was so close that it was great. Also, the company I was with wasn't great. So like it was an amazing gig, but then we saw them together a few years later, and I actually like enjoyed that more. Like it's weird because I was closer to like Trent, so I was like, wow, this is so cool, and like all the lighting and stuff was amazing.
That was a really cool light show.
Yeah. Oh, and that one as well. Yeah, but I meant at the the one
gig,
Brixton. So like that's why that was good. But then I think because at the one we saw, because it was at the O2 and we were seated, and it was just like we could dance, and like you could just he came into the middle.
Stood up for most of it. And
everyone
was,
it was so I had a better time at that one, even though it was in like a bigger venue. So I'd have to it's really hard because I prefer that venue, Brixton Academy, obviously, because who wouldn't want to see 9 Inch Nails in a tiny venue? But I actually had a better time at the one when we saw. So yeah, like I couldn't really decide which. I suppose the one when we saw them, I suppose. But yeah, like just amazing, and like so good. I just remember coming out feeling like, oh my god, that was just that feeling when you just like, I just touched the microphone. That feeling when you're just like, oh, you're absolutely just like
buzzing.
Yeah, I hate the word buzzing, but like you just like I have limited vocabulary as we've discussed. But what's the word?
It's like euphoria.
Yeah,
almost,
euphoria, and like just like electric, I suppose. But I don't really know how else to say it. But yeah, so that was probably my second favourite.
Cool.
Concert ever.
My number 2 is that one we mentioned way back here. Chimera at the Astoria in 1st of December 2005. It was my first ever London gig. and it was the first gig I travelled to by myself. I was working in Cambridge at the time, and I got dropped off at Cambridge station. Made my own way. It was like just a big adventure. I met all my friends in London. I met Liam and Keith, loads of good friends. They all travelled up together though, and so it was like a proper adventure. First time travelling to London on my own.
Yeah.
First gig in London, and
That's cool.
Story is a cool venue.
Yeah, it's such a shame that it's closed, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no really gig venues in central London anymore. There's nothing cultural in central London anymore, is there? So, no. Shame.
But yeah, Kyma are a big band for me. So that was one of the, I don't know, it would have been like the third time I saw them. I eventually saw them 8 or 9 times, I think. But yeah, that was just a really cool gig experience. It sticks out. So yeah, that was number 2. And number 1.
I don't think it's going to be a surprise to you. Number 1 is the Back to the Beginning concert, because like.
Do you know what's really weird? I was like, that's honourable mentions.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh,
but
it has
it's
to
hard.
be number 1, because like that's never going to be replicated again, and I never thought. Yeah, like it was just unreal. Like, don't need to say how lucky we were that we got tickets for that. Like, so many people.
Yeah.
Like, if everyone could have been there who wanted to go, I felt really bad for people that couldn't get the tickets. And I never dreamt we'd get it, because I was like 40,000 tickets and there's like 1 million people trying, or whatever it was. And I tried and just got blocked by Ticketmaster. I was like, fuck this. And then you somehow managed with your wizard phone, you managed
the wizard walked by that day.
Walked by and your phone just managed to get the tickets.
Yeah.
And we got the Golden Circle, so it was just like,
it was.
Obviously they were expensive, but like they weren't actually that bad. Like, obviously it was a lot, but considering it was an all-day thing, and it was it was just the best lineup ever, really. So yeah, what a great day. Like, it was, everybody was in a great mood. We chatted to so many people. We met people from all over the world. It was just like, so it was just the best day. When I think back, I'm like, how the hell did we get to go to that? Like, I'm so like grateful that we got to see that. So
yeah, it was incredible, and that's like a lineup that would never be replicated again.
No.
That's what I considered, because I was like, we've got festivals on there, and I was like, technically it was almost like a festival.
Yeah, but
yeah, I guess it
was a concert.
Gig.
Back to the Beginning concert, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's cool.
What was your number 1 then?
It's an honourable mention for me.
Yeah.
It's Pantera.
Oh really? At Wembley. Yeah.
I tried to factor in things like crowd experience, like standing seat. We were seated, and I never thought like a seated gig would be like one of my favourite gigs ever. But I think that added to like almost the comfort of it, because it's like
we're old.
In your 30s, and you're like, it's nice to not walk out of a gig sore and like sweating, dripping with sweat. So that was a big factor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, it was amazing to see him. We saw him the year before at Download.
Yeah.
Drownload, as they. Saying that, like, I think, well, at that time we hadn't got the tickets for Back to the Beginning yet. So I didn't think it would be seeing them again. But obviously the sets, that's the only thing, the drawback. And it's a very minor thing, and it's logistically, I always remember being like, when I saw the lineup for Back to the Beginning, thinking, how are they going to make that work with that many bands? And obviously each band played like 3 songs.
And a Sabbath cover each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they picked well, and they played really well that day as well, Pantera. But yeah, like I say, it was just seeing them their own gig.
Yeah. Obviously, like.
Also.
Well, I was only 12 when Dimebag died, and I didn't think I even knew who Pantera was when he died. You did, obviously, but.
Yeah.
How old were you then? You would have been.
I was 17.
17, yeah.
18. 17. Yeah, 2004. I remember the day. Finding out about that. But yeah, that's that. That's.
I remember discovering Pantera when I was like 18 and being really depressed when I found out Dimebag would die, because I was like, I can't actually ever see them, not as selfishly, obviously. I was like, I can't ever see them live. Obviously, I was sad because he died, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Hard to go with. We've tried to do some honourable mentions. So, what's your third? Well,
My
there's
third
no
is
particular order, really.
Blood Incantation, who we just saw recently. Because is that yours as well?
No, I'm going to do a different one this time.
Okay, because yeah, it was like, and it was also quite unexpected, like how much I enjoyed that.
How amazing it was, yeah.
Because I hadn't listened to them loads before. I listened to the support more, but yeah, they blew me socks off.
Blew me socks off.
Don't know how else to say it.
My cat's pajamas.
They were just, yeah, I had that lovely, warm, fuzzy feeling, and it wasn't the alcohol, it was the feeling of the music feeling.
Yeah, there's like a feeling you get.
Yeah. Special feeling inside, warm and fuzzy.
Well, there's that, and there's like I remember having both these feelings that night. There's points where you watch a band live and they're so good at what they're doing, and you get so caught up in the moment that you're like, almost like lost, and then you come back to and you're like, oh, like,
yeah.
you're like, where did I just go? Like,
yeah.
you just got literally
I know what you mean.
completely like captivated to the point of like you just got lost in the music or whatever. Not to sound like cheesy or whatever. And then there's also the other feeling I got that night was I had like goosebumps when they were playing like the clean intro to the Stargate, I believe, one of the newer songs. And there's a feeling I get when something's so heavy and it makes you feel like the raw aggression of it, and you feel just like pumped and like psyched up for it.
Yeah.
And I had both those feelings that night. So yeah, that's definitely on the honourable mentions.
Yeah.
But because you've mentioned that, I'm going to go with a different one.
Okay.
Because there's so many.
All right.
And so Lamb of God at the Arts Centre, 2007. It was close to one of my favourite gigs because it was just like such a crazy gig. It was 2 days after Download 2007.
Did they play there as well?
They did, and that you can see the live sets on there, like Walk With Me and Hell. I think it's on YouTube as well, like the full set, probably from that DVD. Walk With Me in Hell, and it was packed. It was sold out, of course. It was sweaty, like the pits were just crazy. The walls were literally sweating, and it was just like they were on fire at that point. That was probably just peak performance, and like I was in the height of my Lamb of God love phase. Yeah, I just remember that gig being like just coming out of there just drenched in sweat, like one of those where it was just like, that was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's walking out with steam coming off of them. Yeah, that was a great gig.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So yeah, another honourable mention.
Oh, that's so cool.
Too.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh, I've put Portrayal of Guilt, and they supported. Who were they supporting? You didn't even go. But
No, I was jealous because I had to play a gig. I didn't get to go. But,
I went with my aunt instead. She loved it too. Who did they support again?
They were
Because I
supporting
left
Deaf Heaven.
Deaf Heaven. So it wasn't actually their own headline gig, but it was amazing. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm really bad at explaining.
But it was everything you wanted.
It was everything I wanted and more. Because I'd listened to their music and their back catalogue in depth for a long time before. So, but yeah, it was epic. I'd love to see them again. Obviously, they're a band from the States, so they're not here all the time. I imagine they won't tour this year. Maybe they'll come back next year.
Hopefully.
I don't think they're here this year. I have checked, but. Hopefully next year. Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, I don't know. They've got a lot of listeners on Spotify, so I imagine they could probably sell depends on the area, doesn't it? But they could sell a headline tour, hopefully.
So my second honourable mention is actually a band not many people have heard of, but it's a gig we went to last summer, and it was a band I wanted to see for a long time, and they're Gut in the Body of Water. And that was just a really cool experience because it was like a band that I'd gotten to know. They were like my band, like not like my band I play with or anything. It was just like my band that no one else really seems to get or know or like. And I was like obsessed with them for a long time, and I finally got to see them at the George, which is like I didn't know at the time, it was like quite a legendary little London venue, and then we went, and yeah, it's cool to share that with you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's not really my normal. Was it shoegaze? Is that what it's classed as?
It's like shoegaze, grunge. Like it's hard to really put it in a box. I think it is. Well, a lot of people say they like Nirvana, but
really?
I don't know, a bit odd. That's what I like about it though, is you can't really put it in one box.
Yeah,
it's quite,
like genre.
Quite different.
Genre binary. That's what I was trying to say. I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed watching them because they play like in the floor.
Yeah, they play in a circle
floor.
in the middle of the room.
Which is quite
when they can.
unusual.
Yeah, so the crowd just like goes around them.
It's an immersive experience. And it was really hot that day, wasn't it? And it was like an old pub, and it was so hot, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I don't listen to them in my own spare time, unless you do, but I wouldn't ever put them on. It's not like mine. But yeah, I actually prefer them live than. Sorry, I'm going into your question, but I just thought I'd say.
But yeah, they're much heavier live as well. But yeah, that was a great one. So, your last honourable mention?
The Darkness, because in 2023 they actually played Permission to Land album, which is their first album that everybody knows, through from front to back. Which I don't think they've ever done that before. I don't know, maybe they did when they first started, but I was only 12, so I didn't see that obviously. But yeah, so that was really special because that was like a really important album for me, as I said earlier, like them and Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park were the albums that like made me like the music that I like today. So seeing that was really cool, and I went with my mum, who's like not into rock or metal, but she doesn't mind the Darkness, and then my aunt and uncle, who are like old school metalheads. So like it was really nice to be with my family and experience that. So I had to say that as my number one. Really.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
yours?
Number one, honourable mention. And again, it's really hard because there's so many, and I'd probably kick myself, but like, it's AC/DC.
Oh.
Yeah, a band that's been, with me since I started playing music. It's a band that I've grown up hearing, and they weren't always like my favourite band, but like experiencing them live, we got to see them twice of those last, what will probably be their last
big tour.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just like, I've never really liked big stadium gigs much, but yeah, like, they were great. And it was like a massive, a really cool, vibe. There was like, it was just, there was so many people there, so many generations of like rockers, I guess, and like music fans that were there together enjoying it. You were like, you really enjoyed it.
That's
probably the most I've seen you. I'd say that. Like, I've seen you enjoy a lot of gigs, but like you knew like
every song.
Yeah, every song you were like singing and dancing.
I know. I can't believe I didn't include them. Then I also feel like, why didn't I include Pantera? Because like I got emotional at that, and like that obviously means I like weirdly like enjoyed it because it's like invoking your emotions. But then I've cried at like the Scorpions and Paramore, so I'm like, I can't have all the gigs. Like, it's so hard to like know what ones. It's just looking back at when you look at like the plethora of them all, it's like, right.
Yeah.
It is hard to narrow it down. Anyway.
So we'll move on from that. There's so many more there could be, but we'll go on to our festivals. The top 3 festivals.
Number 3 is Download 2023, because it was the first time I saw Slipknot, so that was cool. and also other bands there, Metallica, so they were there, and then Evanescence and Carcass as well. So it was like pretty cool to see all those bands in one weekend. But yeah, mainly Slipknot, because I was like, I still have not seen Slipknot, and I finally got to see them.
Mine was Download 2024, which was Drownload.
Yeah.
Which is, because it was dubbed Drownload because it just rained so much and it was so muddy. And it's the first festival I went to with you. That was really cool. So yeah, because there were so many bands that were like.
There were so many.
Like, I've been to Download like that had been like my 10th or 11th time, and a couple of those were like day tickets, but I hadn't been in 10 years, and I went back because Pantera mainly were there, and it was the only UK date they had of the year. Of course, they announced their headline show the week after or something. Yeah. But again, like, there were so many other bands. There was a lot of like heavier bands, more so than it seemed there were most years. And Limp Bizkit were there, and that was like a set that really like you say with Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit were like that for me, like one of the first like heavier bands that I really, or like, you know, bands that had heavy new influences, and watching them reminded me of like, you know, being young and getting into like heavy music, and it was like a cool experience. Overall, even though it was terrible weather, it was a great experience. So that was cool. Number 2 for you?
So number 2 is Download the year before, 22. Yeah, Download that year was Kiss, Electric Wizard, Megadeth and The Darkness were there, so it was quite a good lineup for me.
My number 2 was Bloodstock 2014, and that was because it was the first year I went to Bloodstock. To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't even tell you. I didn't go back and look at the lineup to see who the headliners were. It was more about just the overall festival experience, because I'd been to Download so many times, and in comparison to Download, Bloodstock's just so much more convenient to get around. Yeah. It was just like, it was pure like metal, whereas opposed to like Download has a lot more alternative rock and bands that aren't like always my cup of tea. To be honest, the first 6-7 Downloads I went to, I mainly went for the fact that I went with a lot of my friends, and it was just like a fun festival to go with your friends. I've been to Download 4 times, and like the last time I went was just for the day ticket. And personally, I don't think, unless it was like an amazing lineup, which is kind of like moving away from the music that I kind of like. There's like normally like 1 or 2 days I'd want to go to maybe, but not the whole weekend. So I've been 4 times, but I don't think I'd go back unless it was like a day ticket maybe. Because I've been to Bloodstock twice now, and I think I don't even want to go. There's kind of no contest really.
There's not. There's not. It's so much more convenient and better, more bands that I'm into really.
Exactly. If you like metal, you're gonna favour Bloodstock over Download definitely. Every time. It's less expensive, everything's so much more convenient, so much easier to walk from the arena to the
camping.
From the campsite. But that was the first year I went with like 3 couples, and I was on my own, and it was kind of cool because I kind of went around on my own and watched a lot of the bands that I wanted to see by myself. Like I saw Carcass there. I met Carcass at the signing tent that year, which was really cool. And then Carcass Decapitated was a band called A Boy that I really like. I think Megadeth were actually one of the headliners. But it's just the overall experience was just, it was like shit, like I've been spending all these years at Download, and I should have been probably coming here. Number 1
was Reading 2010. I saw Blink-182, your favourite band there, and Paramore. George doesn't like Blink-182.
No, that's not true. I love it.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw Paramore. I've seen them twice since, I think. But it was just young, carefree, no responsibilities. I think that was the second festival I'd ever been to, and it was good because my friends, they don't really, the friends I went with, they like more like indie bands. So it was like a good mix at the time because it had like indie bands and like rock bands. So that was really good. And they both like Paramore and Blink-182. So that was, I just remember having like the best time there. It was like solidifying our little 3-friend friendship. And we're still friends today. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What about yours?
My number one is the first festival I went to, which was Download 2005, and I've got the ticket here. I've got the ticket stub, I've kept it, and this is mental if you can see the price. £105 it was for that ticket, which is crazy. And yeah, headliners were Feeder, which is kind of funny, Black Sabbath and System of a Down, and Sabbath was one of...
Feeder?
Yeah, that's mental,
the same
right?
place as Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, first festival experience, I was like 17, about to turn 18. That's cool. I went with my friend Liam, we got the coach up there. First band I actually saw there was Megadeth. Megadeth was awesome. Slayer I got to see for the first time. Wow. Chimaira were there again. Great. One of my favourite bands. Seeing Sabbath for the first time was mad.
Was that before? Was that who was the lineup then?
It was a full
it was them.
Original
lineup,
that's
cool.
And that was like, I don't know if it's don't quite be honest, but I think it was one of the first times they got back together.
Yeah.
After quite a while.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, Ozzy was still like running around back then, chucking buckets of water and the crowd and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
System of a Down. I didn't watch the whole set, but yeah, it was just a mad experience.
I can't believe Feeder were headlining. Like, well, I don't even know what do they even sing? I don't even.
Brand New Car, it's not Jaguar.
Oh, that one, yeah.
CD. Free. Mosh pit experiences.
So the first one was Enter Shikara in Reading, 2011. I fell down in that was my first mosh pit.
You get picked back up?
Yeah, but it took a while.
And
I remember being a bit like disorientated, but it was memorable, so that's why I wanted to include that.
Yeah.
And then my other two would be Ministry at Bloodstock into 2025, because I crowd surfed and it was just like it was such a feeling. And I went back about 3 times tonight. It was just so fun.
Technically not a mosh pit, but it's a crowd. It's close.
Yeah,
and
then the other one was Meshuggah, and then I crowd surfed to get through that as well, which was really fun. But yeah, so
cool.
Yeah, that was my top 3 mosh pits.
Mine are Carcass at Chinnery's. These aren't in order really, just because it was such a small venue. And it was pretty rough, but it was like, I don't know, it was fun as well. Our friend Bill is just like a pit troll, pit goblin.
Mascot.
Yeah, he's just always in every pit, always trying to get the pit started. And he was there, he was crowd surfing and just pitting out the whole time. Most of the gig I was just enjoying it, and then I was just like, I've got to join him. And then I got involved, and it was very fun. Really memorable posh mitt. Really memorable mosh pit experience. It was Download 2008, and this is a band that's quite relatively unknown, or they didn't do too much, but they were called Johnny Truant. They're a band from Brighton. They're like kind of metalcore, deathcore, I don't know. They were a heavy hardcore band. And I saw them at the time was a smaller stage. And I'd been on my own. I went to go see them, and we camped with about 20 people that year. And one of my other friends was like, I want to see them as well. But we somehow got separated, and I was just sat on my own, kind of a bit like, I don't say lonely, but I was like, a bit disappointed that I was the only one watching them.
Yeah.
And then I went round in the circle pit, like 2 songs into their set, and then I just somehow got turned around and I bumped into my friend Stefan in the middle of the circle pit, and we were just like, yeah! And then just carried on together. And that was fun. Probably, I know it was a circle pit experience, was the Black Dahlia Murder with you.
Oh, yeah.
Download. 2024.
Is it Download?
Yeah.
Is that Download? Yeah. Sorry.
Well,
didn't we see them at Bloodstock?
We saw them at Bloodstock, but you didn't pit. I went in the pit.
Oh, at the end. Yeah, the last day, with Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby, someone had an inflatable Mr. Blobby.
Yeah.
And I found him in the pit, and then
he got taken away.
Yeah, and it was like, that's my Mr. Blobby.
That was it.
I was like, oh, you can have him back.
He was like, can I have my Mr. Blobby back, please? Like, yes.
I was so politely. I was like, yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
I still got a picture of him, so I'll try and find it.
Just like that with the Black Dahlia Murder symbol in the background. Symbol, logo. Yeah, that was fun.
So
that was huge, that mosh pit, wasn't it?
It was
actually?
massive, yeah.
That was huge.
So Ice, we've never thought we'd get to see.
AC/DC, because I've like wanted to see them for years, and we saw them twice in 1 week, which was just the best week. And then Black Sabbath, obviously.
Yeah.
And who was my other one? And the other one was Pantera. So the gigs that you mentioned in your just overlapping here. But never. And I know it's not the original lineup of Pantera, but as I said before, I was 12 when Dimebag died. I would never have seen Pantera, even if I liked them when I was that age. So that's the best I was ever going to get, and it was still epic.
Yeah.
A gig when you go and you know all the songs and you can sing along is always a good gig, and emotional obviously as well, because so they were my 3.
Yeah, mine are pretty much 3 of those as well. Carcass was one.
Never thought you'd see them?
No, because they split up in the late 90s, and I got into them in 2002, 3. And then they didn't reform until 2008.
Oh, right.
And then they reformed, they did some gigs, and then they didn't release an album until 2013. So initially I saw them in 2008, Damnation Festival. But I didn't think I'd get to see them. I definitely didn't think I'd get to see Pantera. I didn't really think I'd get to see Sabbath either. So.
Well, you saw Sabbath.
I saw Sabbath 2005, but at the time, it probably wasn't as apparent to me how special that was then.
Yeah.
But they're definitely bands that I didn't think I'd get to see. And I got to see all of them, and they've all been great. Right, most disappointed band.
Yeah, there's only one I can really think of, and it was not to do with the band; it was the sound, and that was Zach Sabbath, which is such a shame because. If you don't know, Zach Sabbath is obviously Zakk Wylde doing all Sabbath covers. So I actually wanted to see Zach Sabbath. I tried to get tickets, I think was it before COVID? Yeah, I think it was 2019 or something. And they sold out really quick then, and I didn't get them. I was just going to go on my own then because I didn't know George. But couldn't get those, so I was like, oh, surely he'll do it again. And then, so I was waiting a long time. I think that's what made it more disappointing. And then we got tickets, was it last year or the year before? Can't remember. Anyway, and then we saw them, was it last year? And it was just such a shame because the sound was really bad and you couldn't hear his vocals at all. And it was all it's all underwatery kind of, it sounded like. And he, when he was speaking on stage, he was trying to interact with the crowd, and I was like, I can't even understand any words that he's saying. It was just that was through the whole gig where you couldn't hear his vocals. It was just all drowned. All the instruments drowned out each other. It just sounded so bad. So that was just really disappointing. Yeah. But that's the only one I can really think of that's been disappointing.
Yeah, mine was a band called The Faceless, who are a death metal band. Progressive death metal band, and we'd been waiting for years. I met the singer, guitarist. He's had quite a few problems, but I was like, at that time he was healthy, he wasn't going through said problems. when we finally got to see him, it was at the Underworld, which is one of my favourite venues. Real close, so I was literally at the front of the stage. He was having all sorts of guitar problems. I think he was still having these substance abuse problems.
Yeah.
And there was loads of sound issues, and it was just a nightmare.
A mess.
Yeah, just a mess. It was a big shame. So yeah, that's that. That's the only negative thing. Right, so moving on from the most disappointing gig to the most surprising band you've ever seen.
Mine would be a band who no longer exists anymore, called Gel. They're a hardcore band, which is not my normal genre of music that I like, but saw them at Download and I was just blown away. I got just, you know, when you become obsessed with a new band, I like watched every single interview on YouTube and just became obsessed basically. And then we booked tickets to see them. Oh, where was it? Was it the Dome or something? I can't remember. No, the O2 Kentish Town or something. Anyway, so we booked tickets as soon as they released a tour after that, and then I was so excited to see them at their own show. And then sadly they disbanded because the guitar player sounds like a real shady character. And yeah, they disbanded and cancelled their tour, and I was like so gutted. And yeah, that's it. They're done. They're never getting back together because of the stuff that the guy has apparently done. So yeah, it's really shame. I mean, I feel lucky that I got to see them at least once, but I was just pretty devastated. Like I was like, I've just got into this new band. I was like, yeah, really enjoyed them, and then never got to see them again. So yeah.
So
your most
surprising off the top of my head, there's a band called Criminal who supported Chimera at the Arts Centre. First time I saw them there back in 2005. And yeah, me and my friends were just like, wow, they're amazing. I don't think they're around anymore. Some of them are from Brazil, but they moved over here and they formed around Ipswich, or I think they formed and then they moved here. But they were really good. Just amazing metal band.
Cool.
Shout out Criminal. Right, yeah, cool. Next one will be surprising bands that you might not think we'd be into that we've seen live.
Or artists.
Yeah. So
my top three are Ludovico. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Ludovico Einaudi, who's like classical music, piano. I also love Gabrielle, and Shania Twain is like my guiltiest pleasure. Like I am a mega fan of Shania Twain. I love her to death. To death. What about yours?
The most recent one actually. It's the Smiths. It's not the real band.
Yeah, the Smiths.
But the Smiths cover band, really good at what they do. The guy basically does Morrissey, like almost as good as Morrissey. It's like watching Morrissey, or I imagine would be like watching him back in
the 80s.
The 80s, yeah. The second one is Insane Clown Posse, which is a rap duo from Detroit, yeah. Class it as horrorcore. It's like horror themed rap, and never thought I'd see them. So I'm with my friends who are also fans, and then Thundercat. Thundercat's like.
But wasn't he in?
He was in Suicidal Tendencies, but his music is nothing like.
No, it's completely different.
It's technically soul, jazz. He's an amazing musician, and that was one of the best gigs I've been to as well. Just for how good the musicianship was. So that's that.
Final question
is 3 artists you could see who are now deceased.
Yeah. This is really hard for me because there was 4, but I have to narrow it down.
And if you have a sort of particular era from which you'd like to have seen them.
I don't know who to pick for my third. Hang on. Yeah, so I have to say Linkin Park for my third. And that would have been obviously the 2000s. Because, never got to see them and never will now. Well, can, but to me, the new Linkin Park's, no disrespect.
So you'd go for Linkin Park around Hybrid Theory release sort of era.
Yeah. Well, Meteora when that came out.
Yeah, that'd probably be like, because then they'd been going a bit, probably were in their prime.
Yeah, so then, and then I'd have to say Motorhead, and probably
That's good.
in the like 70s probably.
Yeah.
But then I'd probably be deaf now, so
Yeah.
maybe not. No, Motorhead would be my second one, and then Type O Negative would be my first.
God damn it.
Oh, sorry. You've got a Type O Negative t-shirt on as well.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't even think of that.
That would be my number one. Your sister's seen them twice in the underworld, so I'm forever jealous of her.
Change. So, Def, the band Def, basically coined the term death metal, or they didn't, but they were considered the godfathers of death metal. Chuck Schuldiner, the guitarist, main songwriter. I would have seen them on their post-Human album release, so it would have been around 1992. If I could have seen them, that would have been amazing. I remember seeing a bill where they played, it was Death, Carcass, and Obituary.
Oh, wow.
And I think Napalm Death as well.
Wow.
That would have killed to have been at that gig. Grab a time machine.
Yeah.
Pantera with Dimebag. Pretty much any era, but probably, like, even though it's a rough time for Phil, Great Southern Trendkill era, or just before they split, Revolution, Reinventing the Steel tour.
Yeah.
Because then you would have all the albums.
Yeah.
And
the mix.
Yeah. He probably was in his prime guitar playing. And then the last one would be Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
Way back, 1968.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would just be mad.
Yeah.
My old supervisor I used to work with said she saw him in some like hall somewhere in like Cambridge or something.
No way.
Had no idea who he was.
Really? Oh,
Not
my
a clue.
God, that's crazy.
Just like, yeah, I just remember this man with guitar is really noisy. It's like, wow. You have no idea what you saw.
Yeah. But that's like your cousin's wedding, the hall in up in near the Lake District, this random little like town hall, and they said Black Sabbath had played here. I was like, can you imagine seeing? It was like a little village hall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But yeah, we were in there like for your cousin's wedding. It was really fun. But I was like, that little stage, Black Sabbath have played up there. That was actually crazy. But yeah.
That's nuts. So that's that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of us talking.
Yeah.
If anyone watches this, let us know your favourites.
Top 3 of all of those. Please list below because we're interested and I want to see people's favourites.
And yeah, maybe we'll do some more videos like this about top 3 band shirts or merch things.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Venues.
We can show our battle jackets as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.